Friendly MOAB incoming.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Gentlemen, YOTESLAYA here.
There you go. Give me a 5. Heck yeah. Dawson wanted to introduce this. What is going on, ladies and genitals? YOTESLAYA here. Welcome to day 15 of MOAB May, where I'm trying to get a MOAB every single day of May. Today I got another game of Resistance Domination, and I wanted to show you guys this game just because it showcases something a little different than the C-spawn trap that I've showed you guys like once or twice already in this MOAB May. This is actually going to be me pretty much running around this middle building right here to my left. This was actually my first Resistance MOAB I've ever got. This is actually a very old MOAB. I end up getting rid of the ACR and picking up a P90 with a red dot, with one of the red dots I cannot stand. Tell me if you guys agree. Do you guys, like, especially on Black Ops stuff where people use like just retarded different style red dots? But I pick up a P90 that has like it's almost like an upside down V. It's called a chevron, but I don't know if you guys would know what that is or not. It's kind of like a triangle shape without a bottom. I think you guys will see it. I cannot stand different red dots. I just would rather pick up a red dot that's a red dot, just a dot. You know, I like the just simple, like, little bitty dot, not like a big star, which was in Black Ops, a skull, stuff like that. I just like a simple dot. I don't know, maybe I'm just a simple person. I'm a simple man. Isn't there a song called Simple Man? If I could think of the words, I would probably sing it, but right now my mind is just elsewhere. But yeah, like I said, this is going to showcase a different way of getting a MOAB on this map. I don't really know if this is a good way about going it. It's going to be a little bit more intense than the C-spawn one, to an extent. It's pretty much playing like a biatch, kind of. I guess, you know, if you want to call it somewhat camping, I agree with you on this one. But hey, I'm trying to help you guys get these MOABs, damn it. But right there's the P90. PP90, you'll see me right here when I aim down. Look at that thing, it's hideous! I hate those red dots like that. Why do people use these things? I don't know, this is right after the game came out, honestly. This is like first couple weeks the game was out. So people were still experimenting with things, stuff like that. So maybe that's why he used that. I don't know. Does anybody still use that red dot? Because I don't really know if I haven't really seen it for a long time. But today I'm going to go over some class setups. A lot of people have been asking me, Yoti, what do you usually run to get your MOAB, stuff like that. Once I do start running the route that I get the MOAB in, and I think it's this life right here, I will start going over some subjects on that. But touching on my classes before we get into this, I record all my games out of theater. That's why you never see me choosing a class at the beginning of the game. I don't know. I don't really try for MOABs. I just end up getting them, you know. And I don't record. You know, theaters just makes a man lazy. That's basically all there is to it. You know, so you don't get to see my classes, unfortunately. But I'll explain what I do and what's going on right here. But this is where I start running the MOAB. You don't really want to go out here. You know, you basically want to hang right here by this wall. Go up, and you'll see me switch it from the door to that wall. Get a couple here if they spawn behind us at C. Stuff like that. But you're basically just wanting to run this area right here. But change your, like, places up, if that makes any sense. Kill a guy from here like you see me do right here, and you're going to see me dip out of here, and I'm going to change up where I'm at, where my position is to kill another dude, and that's more than likely going to be at the front window or going over here watch this stairway from A. I seen a teammate over there, so I did turn around, so that's different. But just change your strategy up or your placement up a little bit and throw them off guard. But you want to hold this area down. You know, that it gets a lot of traffic there. But you'll see me kind of work it around and stuff like that. But back to the classes. I usually run specialists. Now, I've got some support MOABs and assault MOABs. Those are basically just MOABs that I got, not really trying to get MOABs, but just, you know, going out just to have fun and end up getting them. But if I'm going to go for a MOAB, I usually always use specialists because, you know, it's when the game first came out and everybody was like, dude, you get all the perks, you get all proficiencies and stuff like that. You are a super soldier. I didn't really think you were. Like, I heard everybody talking about it before I tried specialist. You know, and I'm like, dude, how could it make you that much better? And then I used specialists, and I started getting good with specialists, and I was like, damn, it's pretty nice having range, kick, melee, everything, dude. It's pretty nice. You can literally make this PP90 kill all the way across the map, which you will see me do. So I prefer a specialist strike package just because you get all the perks, you know. You don't have to worry about going somewhere to call in your kill streaks. You can stay in the action at all times. So that's why I run specialists. Now, Woody's gamer tag will contradict what I'm about ready to say, but I disagree with Woody on this subject at hand. I mean, it's not a disagreement, it's more of a personal preference. He says you shouldn't start out with hardline when you're running specialist because you end up getting it anyways and it's a waste of a first perk. So I'm going to, you know, like a starting perk. So I'm going to go into why I do run hardline at the very beginning, and I'll go over what my, you know, strike package setup is. I start out with Scavenger Pro. These are the perks that I start out with from the game. Okay, starting out, my blue perk is Scavenger Pro. Just so I start out with the more ammo. I don't need to get Scavenger in my perk package and then worry about ammo. I always start out with that extra ammo. My second perk, the red perk, is Hardline Pro. That gets me my specialist perks one shorter than it would normally take. My third perk would either fluctuate from dead silence, which is probably 95% of the time, to steady aim. If I'm running this submachine gun, I usually have steady aim. But if it's anything else, I'm always running dead silence because I cannot stand to hear my footsteps. Okay, so a lot of people say the red perk you want to use quick draw. I'm not really, I like to ADS around corners, so I'm not really up in the action, you know, so that's why I start out with hardline. Plus, you'll get my point here in a minute. I start out with hardline because my very first kill, my very first point will be to sleight of hand. And in my opinion, Scavenger and sleight of hand are the most important perks. That's the perks that benefit me the most. You know, I got the ammo, plus I got that quick reload in case I get in trouble. Right here's where you see me pick up that dude with the P90. PP90 all the way across the map pretty much. But I use hardline to where my first point, like, you know, kill or capture and domination will get me sleight of hand. That way I start out basically with Scavenger and sleight of hand. My two favorite perks personally to go for, you know, a MOAB. Okay, my third one, or my second specialist perk would go to Assassin. That way I can hide off radar and be like a ninja. I always start with 2 attachments on my gun, guys. You will never see me really play without a suppressor. If I'm using an assault rifle, I might have kick on. But when it comes to a submachine gun, it is always suppressor and rapid fire. Just because when you get your specialist perks, you get all other proficiencies. You can't magically put an attachment on your gun. So always start out with 2 just to give you that benefit. So my second perk is Assassin, just to stay off the radar. Okay, you know, that's pretty self-explanatory. My third specialist perk is Blind Eye, and that's just because I don't want to get 5 kills deep into my specialist and then somebody get a predator and just end my shiz right then and there. Okay, so that's why I go to Blind Eye. Keeps me hidden from air support, stuff like that. I can become even bigger, more of a ninja. So that's why I go to Blind Eye. And then, you know, you get your specialist perks and you're a super soldier. So that's what I do. That's what I use for MOABs, and I think it's the most efficient way. A lot of people use quick draw in their specialist perks that, you know, before you get all specialists. People put steady aim, and I mean, it's all personal preference. This is just what I use because I like to have sleight of hand and Scavenger without a doubt, you know, from the get-go. And then I want Assassin and Blind Eye as soon as possible, just so, you know, we've been there, done that. You guys see in most of my MOABs, I'm usually up in their spawn. So, you know, I want Assassin just to stay off the radar, and then Blind Eye, you've been there, done that. Somebody calls in a predator and ends your shiz right then and there. So that's why I get them as soon as possible. You know, it's all personal preference, guys. I just wanted to go over what I used. You know, like I said, submachine guns, always 2 attachments, suppressor and rapid fire. Sometimes suppressor, extended mag, okay? But it's more than likely suppressor, rapid fire. When I'm using like in this case right here, ACR suppressed. I don't ever use a red dot just because I like staying off the radar. But I will have kick on this. Sometimes focus, but it's normally kick, which with the ACR you don't really need, but it's just something about it. I put it on. You can see that I did have dead silence starting out. Well, I don't know, you probably couldn't see class, but right there you can see I've got sleight of hand already, so that's pretty awesome. I still got shiz ton of ammo. My next perk will be Assassin and then Blind Eye. Occasionally, if you see my games where I don't have that set up, it's because I just prestige and I don't have like those perks open. So that's why sometimes you'll see me with quick draw, blast shield, and just weird, not weird perks, because quick draw and blast shield are amazing perks. Quick draw is epic, dude. Throwing Simtexes and everything, it's just awesome. Laying claymores, whatever you got to do. Blast shield pro, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you're not going to die by random grenades as much. You can, but not as much. But guys, that is wrapping up day 15 of MOAB May. I don't know if I introduced this as day 15 at the beginning, but it is day 15 as by the date. So I hope you enjoyed this little rundown of my setup for MOABs. You kind of see me change it up a little bit on resistance here. I don't remember what my final score is. Let me look at my game here and see if I can figure it out for you guys. Actually, it's 45-6. Not a beast scoring game, but at least we got the MOAB. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, please remember to like the video. If you didn't like it, please remember to dislike. But if you enjoyed, please remember to rate and subscribe. Yodi, signing out.